Welcome, everybody. Let's get this party started.
My boss told me to dress for the job I want, not the job I have. So I went in as Batman. I went to the aquarium this weekend. Didn't stay long. There was something fishy about that place. You want to know how I figured out my girlfriend thought I was invading her privacy? She wrote about it in her diary. You're on a horse, full gallop. There's a giraffe beside you, also full gallop. And behind you, a lion, closing fast. What do? Get off the carousel.
What is a
favorite
way to travel?
hiking?
No, I ain't saying it's all your fault, but it sure did follow you here. Well now, how'd you keep a blonde busy? Just scribble, please flip over on both sides of a piece of paper and hand it right to her. Sun's slipping on down, darling, and looks like your luck's heading that way too. Bless your heart.
Greetings, traveler. I've been assigned to this exact spot indefinitely. Still here, traveler, standing in this spot like it's my entire personality. Quick question, traveler. Have I always been standing here? You know what? Today might be the day I take one step. Greetings, traveler. Wait, didn't I already say that? Wait, hold on. Am I a side quest? Wait, what if nobody ever accepts my quest? Hello, traveler! Sorry, I don't usually raise my voice. Maybe I have dialogue options. Nope, just this one. I feel like I've earned a reward by now. Anything? Am I low level? Or just not important? I'm actually very important. Probably. Ah, traveler, I have a quest for you. Please don't walk away. My quest is simple. Stand here with me for a while.
Some jokes deserve to stay dead. These didn't. Proceeding with questionable material. What do the movies Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common? Icy dead people.
Will glass coffins be a success? Remains to be seen.
A cartoonist was found dead in his home. The details are sketchy. What's your favorite zombie police song? Every death you take. What is the way to the cemetery? Go straight and take the last right. What do you do with a dead chemist? Bury him. I thought about opening up a cemetery, but it seems like it would be a large undertaking.
Gravediggers are overweight due to their cemetery lifestyle.
That telemarketer wanted me to buy a grave plot. That's the last thing I need. Being cremated is my last hope for a smoking hot body.
What happens when you cut down a tree? It falls down. What were you expecting?
How can you find Will Smith in the snow? By the Fresh Prince.
What do you call a baby donkey? A burrito. How can you catch a squirrel? Climb up a tree and act like a nut.
Why don't oysters donate to charity?
Why?
Because they're shellfish. What does a baby computer call its father?
What?
Data. What did the custodian say when he jumped out of the closet?
What?
Supplies.
I just got my doctor's test results and I'm really upset about it. Turns out I'm not gonna be a doctor.
What's a groundbreaking Father's Day gift to give to your dad? A shovel.
Do you know why the King of Hearts married the Queen of Hearts? They were perfectly suited to each other.
What is 2n plus 2n? I don't know. It sounds 4n to me.
We interrupt this shorts feed for a special announcement. Part 1.
Why did the soldier bring a ladder to the barbecue? He wanted to raise the stakes.
What do you call a dad who says, "I'll sort Mother's Day out," but forgets? A repeat offender. He tried to plead the fifth when the kids asked where the brunch reservations were, but his wife had already gathered the forensic evidence. A browser history that was 100% Dolph highlights, and a gift in the garage that turned out to be a new weed whacker for himself. The judge, also known as Grandma, sentenced him to 3 consecutive Sundays of dishwashing duty, with no possibility of parole or remote control privileges.
My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Candace.
Candace who?
Candace, door open, or am I stuck out here?
All right, you lot, settle in. Next up on Bad Joke Night, why did the blonde stare at the orange juice carton for 20 minutes? Because it said, "Concentrate!" Come on, that one deserved a better groan than that.
What did the colonists wear to the Boston Tea Party? T-shirts.
Why don't comedians tell jokes about Labor Day? They don't work.
Why are ghosts so bad at communicating? They ghost you. What is Stuffing's favorite song?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
What did the naughty soccer announcer get from Santa Claus?
What was Dr. Frankenstein's New Year's resolution? To make new friends.
What did the paperclip say to the magnet on Valentine's Day? I find you very attractive. When does a leprechaun cross the street? When it turns green. What kind of bean can't grow in a garden? A jelly bean.
A man boards a plane. Sitting next to him is an elegant woman wearing the largest, most stunning diamond ring you've ever seen. The man asks her about it, and she says, "This is the Klopman diamond. It's beautiful, but it comes with a terrible curse." "What's the curse?" asks the man. The woman replies, "He's walking down the aisle now."
What kind of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed sandals. I just built an ATM that only gives out coins. I don't know why no one's thought of it before. It just makes sense. Did I ever tell you about the time I went mushroom foraging? It's a story with a moral at the end. What happened when 2 slices of bread went on a date? It was loaf at first sight. Why did the electric car feel discriminated against? Because the rules weren't current. I had a quiet game of tennis today. There was no racket. What's a shark's favourite saying? Man overboard! What did one slice of bread say to the other before the race? You're toast. I poured some water over a duck's back yesterday. I don't think he cared. How did I know my girlfriend thought I was invading her privacy? She wrote about it in her diary. Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb a tree and act like a nut. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a mint. I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. A taxi passenger tapped the driver on the shoulder to ask him a question. The driver screamed, lost control of the car, nearly hit a bus, went up on the footpath and stopped inches from a shop window. For a second, everything was quiet in the cab. Then the driver said, "Look, mate, don't ever do that again. You scared the living daylights out of me." The passenger apologised and said, "I didn't realise that a little tap would scare you so much." The driver replied, "Sorry, it's not really your fault. Today is my first day as a cab driver. I've been driving a funeral van for the last 25 years. My boss was honest with me today. He pulled up to work with his sweet new car this morning, and I complimented him on it. He replied, 'Well, if you work hard, set goals, stay determined, and put in long hours, I can get an even better one next year.' A guy is sitting at home when he hears a knock at the door. He opens the door and sees a snail on the porch. He picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. A year later, there's another knock at the door. He opens it and sees the same snail. The snail says, 'What was that all about?' I wish my grey hair started in Las Vegas. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I've been thinking about taking up meditation. I figure it's better than sitting around doing nothing.
One, two, three, four.
And the jaybird singing something about the way things used to be. Now I'm dancing on a white
A young boy enters a barber shop and the barber whispers to his customer, "This is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch while I prove it to you." The barber puts a dollar bill in one hand and 2 quarters in the other, then calls the boy over and asks, "Which do you want, son?" The boy takes the quarters and leaves. "What did I tell you?" said the barber. "That kid never learns." Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream parlor. "Hey, son, may I ask you a question? Why did you take the quarters instead of the dollar bill?" The boy licked his cone and replied, "Because the day I take the dollar, the game is over."
Welcome to WAJ, AMIN'S, where comedy comes in every flavor. Sharp one-liners, quick wit attack, wordplay hits, you never slack. Puns so bad they loop back good, dark humor misunderstood. You know it's true. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Think then laugh then think some more. That's the kind of humor we adore. Every flavor, every time. Dad jokes land when you least expect. Advanced humor earns respect. Twisted smart, a little wild. Groans from adults, laughs from the child. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Smart, unexpected, slightly insane. Welcome to the laughter lane. Subscribe for laughs. And don't think too hard. Or do. Subscribe!
A man is walking through the woods when he sees a bear charging at him. He books it, but he knows he can't outrun a bear for long, so he starts praying. "Dear Lord, I beseech thee, please, oh Lord, please let this bear be a Christian." The bear catches up to him, knocks him down on the ground, then gets on its knees and says, "Dear Lord, thank you for this food I am about to receive." A man forgot to zip his trousers, so a lady told him politely, "Sir, your garage is open." The man gave her a naughty smile, zipped his trousers, and asked, "Did you see my Range Rover parked inside?" The lady smiled back and said, "No, just one small Toyota with 2 flat tires." One day, Deadpool joined the Avengers. They travelled to a Hydra base surrounded by 4 barriers. When they got to the first barrier, Hulk smashed it. When they got to the second barrier, Tony Stark fired up his Iron Man suit and blasted a hole through it. When they got to the third barrier, Thor took out Mjolnir and bopped a hole in it. Then they got to the 4th wall. And Deadpool said, "Am I supposed to be the punchline to this joke?" I asked my niece if she'd seen my newspaper. She told me that newspapers are old school. She said that people use tablets nowadays and handed me her iPad. That fly didn't stand a chance. Rest in peace, boiled water. You will be missed.
Welcome to WAJ, AMIN'S, where comedy comes in every flavor.
Sharp one-liners, quick wit attack. Wordplay hits, you never slack. Puns so bad they loop back good. Dark humor misunderstood.
You know it's true.
Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Think then laugh, then think some more. That's the kind of humor we adore. Every flavor, every time. Dad jokes land when you least expect. Advanced humor earns respect. Twisted smart, a little wild. Groans from adults, laughs from the child. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Smart, unexpected, slightly insane. Welcome to the laughter lane.
Subscribe
Subscribe for laughs. And don't think too hard. Or do.
Welcome to WAJ, where comedy comes in every flavor. Sharp one-liners, quick wit attack. Wordplay hits you never slack. Puns so bad they loop back good. Dark humor, misunderstood. Ha! You know it's true. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Think then laugh, then think some more. That's the kind of humor we adore. Every flavor, every time. Dad jokes land when you least expect. Advanced humor earns respect. Twisted, smart, a little wild. Groans from adults, laughs from the child. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Smart, unexpected, slightly insane. Welcome to the laughter lane. Subscribe for laughs, and don't think too hard. Or do?
Welcome to WAJ, where comedy comes in every flavor. Sharp one-liners, quick wit attack. Wordplay hits you never slack. Puns so bad they loop back good. Dark humor is understood. Ha! You know it's true. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Think then laugh then think some more. That's the kind of humor we adore. Every flavor, every time. Dad jokes land when you least expect. Advanced humor earns respect. Twisted, smart, a little wild. Groans from adults, laughs from the child. Every flavor of funny, take a bite. Clever jokes that hit just right. Smart, unexpected, slightly insane. Welcome to the laughter lane. Subscribe for laughs, and don't think too hard. Or do.
Lamborghinis are like those genetically perfect influencers. They turn heads, ruin your self-esteem, and you know deep down you're not in their tax bracket. But at least the car gives you a ride instead of trauma.
What do the movies Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common? I see dead people.
My wife said she'd divorce me if I kept playing numerous board games every day. It's really weighing me down, and I'm not sure how to fix this.
What did one snowman say to the other snowman? It smells like carrots over here. Why did Beethoven get rid of his chickens? All they ever said was, Bach, Bach, Bach. What did 20 do when it was hungry? 28. Why is grass so dangerous? Because it's full of blades. Why are mountains so funny? They're hill areas. Why wasn't the cactus invited to hang out with the mushrooms? He wasn't a fungi. Why shouldn't you fundraise for marathons? They just take the money and run. Why did the crab cross the road? It didn't. It used the sidewalk. Why does it take pirates a long time to learn the alphabet? Because they can spend years at sea. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot.
I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. What did the snail who was riding on the turtle's back say? Wee. I was going to tell a time-traveling joke, but you guys didn't like it. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? A pouch potato. I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I was struggling to make ends meet. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. What does a pig put on dry skin? Ointment. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. What month is the shortest of the year? May. It only has 3 letters. My uncle named his dogs Timex and Rolex. They're his watchdogs.
Why can't you put 2 half-dollars in your pocket? Because 2 halves make a whole, and your money will fall out. Why does a moon rock taste better than an earth rock? It's a little meteor. How much do rainbows weigh? They're actually pretty light. What is the most popular fish in the ocean? The starfish. A slice of apple pie costs $2, 50 cents in Jamaica, $3, 75 cents in Bermuda, and $3 in the Bahamas. Those are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Why did the football coach yell at the vending machine? He wanted his quarterback. I had a joke about paper today, but it was terrible. What kind of job can you get at a bicycle factory? A spokesperson. What does a condiment wizard perform? Sorcery. What's the difference in an alligator and a crocodile? You'll see one later and one in a while.
I'm not a fan of spring cleaning. Let's be honest, I'm not into summer, fall, or winter cleaning either. What falls, but never needs a bandage? The rain. I was going to tell you a joke about boxing, but I forgot the punchline. Why did the egg hide? It was a little chicken. What did the dirt say to the rain? If you keep this up, my name will be Mud. Why couldn't the sunflower ride its bike? It lost its petals. What's an egg's favorite vacation spot? New York City. I ate a sock yesterday. It was very time-consuming. What kind of candy do astronauts like? Mars bars. I wanted to buy some camo pants, but couldn't find any.
A wife got so mad at her husband she packed his bags and told him to get out. As he walked to the door, she yelled, "I hope you die a long, slow, painful death." He turned around and said, "So, you want me to stay?" After being married for 25 years, a wife asked her husband to describe her. He looked at her carefully, then said,
"You are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
What does that mean?
She asked suspiciously. He said,
Adorable, beautiful, cute, delightful, elegant, foxy, gorgeous, and hot.
She beamed at him happily and said,
Oh, that's so lovely. But what about I, J, and K?
I'm just kidding.
A guy said to God, God, is it true that to you a billion years is like a second? God said yes. The guy said, God, is it true that to you $1 billion is like a penny? God said yes. The guy said, God, can I have a penny? God said, sure, just a second.
Dark jokes may not be for everyone.
I just got my doctor's test results and I'm really upset about it. Turns out I'm not gonna be a doctor. My grief counselor died. He was so good I don't even care. Today, I asked my phone Siri, why am I still single? And it activated the front camera. A man wakes from a coma. His wife changes out of her black clothes and irritated remarks, I really cannot depend on you in anything, can I? As I get older, I remember all the people I lost along the way. Maybe my budding career as a tour guide was not the right choice.
I was digging in our garden and found a chest full of gold coins. I wanted to run straight home to tell my wife about it. Then I remembered why I was digging in our garden. The doctor gave me some cream for my skin rash. He said I was a sight for psoriasis.
Don't challenge death to a pillow fight. Unless you're prepared for the repercussions. I don't have a carbon footprint. I just drive everywhere. Even people who are good for nothing have the capacity to bring a smile to your face. Like when you push them down the stairs.
Why are Saturday and Sunday the strongest days? They aren't weak days. There's a fine line between the numerator and denominator. Why don't trash collectors require any training? They just pick it up as they go. What did the buffalo say as his son left? My son. What instrument is found in the bathroom? A tuba toothpaste. I went to a concert for just 45 cents. It featured 50 Cent and Nickelback. What did one eye say to the other? Between you and me, something smells. Spring is here. I got so excited that I wet my plants. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Decent food, but no atmosphere. Never buy anything made from Velcro. It's a total rip-off.
If there are any idiots in the room, will they please stand up, said the sarcastic teacher. After a long silence, one freshman rose to his feet. Now then, mister, why do you consider yourself an idiot? Inquired the teacher with a sneer. Well, actually, I don't, said the student, but I hate to see you standing up there all by yourself. A customer walked into our store looking for Christmas lights. I showed her our top brand, but wanting to make sure each bulb worked, she asked me to take them out of the box and plug them in. I did, and each one lit up. Great, she said. I carefully placed the string of lights back in the box. But as I handed them to her, she looked alarmed. I don't want this box, she said abruptly. It's been opened. A guy asks a girl to go to a dance. She agrees, and he decides to rent a suit. The rental has a long line, so he waits and waits, and finally he gets his suit. He decides to buy flowers, so he goes to the flower shop. The flower shop has a long line, so he waits and waits until he finally buys flowers. He picks up the girl, and they go to the dance. There is a long line into the dance, so they wait and wait. Finally, they get into the dance, and the guy offers to get the girl a drink. She asks for punch, so he goes to the drink table, and there is no punch line. A woman was leaving a cafeteria with her morning coffee when she noticed a most unusual funeral procession approaching the nearby cemetery. A long black hearse, followed by a second long black hearse about 50 feet behind. Behind the second hearse was a solitary woman walking a pit bull on a leash. Behind her were 200 women walking single file. The woman couldn't stand the curiosity. She respectfully approached the woman walking the dog and said,
I am so sorry for your loss, and I know now is a bad time to disturb you, but I've never seen a funeral like this. Whose funeral is it?
The woman replied,
Well, that first hearse is for my husband.
What happened to him?
The woman replied,
My dog attacked him to death.
She inquired further,
Well, who is in the second hearse?
The woman answered,
My mother-in-law. She was trying to help my husband when the dog turned on her.
A poignant and thoughtful moment of silence passed between the two women.
Can I borrow the dog?
Get in line.
Two friends are walking their dogs together. One has a big black lab, while the other has a minuscule chihuahua. They pass a bar and the lab owner says,
Let's get a beer.
The chihuahua walker complains.
That would be great, but we can't take our dogs in there.
The first responds,
Watch me.
The lab owner strolls in with her dog and orders a beer. The bartender tells her,
Sorry, you can't bring your dog in here.
He's my seeing eye dog.
The woman replies, feigning offense. The bartender quickly apologizes and serves her the beer. The other woman follows, her chihuahua in tow, and orders a beer as well. Again, the bartender says,
There are no dogs allowed in the bar.
He's my seeing eye dog.
The woman replies. The bartender says,
Yeah, right. A chihuahua. Give me a break.
Without missing a beat, the woman replies,
They gave me a chihuahua.
There were these two blondes, and they locked their keys in their car. The one blonde says to the other,
What do we do? Do we get a coat hanger and pick the lock?
The other one replied,
No, people will think we're trying to break in.
The other one said,
Well, do we get a knife and cut the rubber and pop the lock?
The other one answered,
No, people will think we're too stupid to use the coat hanger.
The other one said,
Well, we better think of something quick because it's starting to rain. And the sunroof is open.
A brunette, A redhead and a blonde were on their way to heaven. God told them that the stairway to heaven was 1,000 steps, and that on every 5th step, he would tell them a joke. He told them not to laugh at any of the jokes along the way, or else they would not be able to enter heaven. The brunette went first and started laughing on the 45th step, so she could not enter heaven. The redhead went next and started laughing on the 200th step, so she could not enter heaven either. Then it was the blonde's turn. When she got to the 999th step, she started laughing.
Why are you laughing?
God asked.
I didn't tell a joke.
I know.
The blonde replied.
I just got the first joke.
Scarlett Johansson is on a plane that crashes on a remote island. She and some regular guy are the only 2 survivors. They make the best of their situation, scavenge what supplies they can from the plane, and try to keep going. They build a little hut on the beach and, both of them having certain needs, eventually start hooking up. This keeps going as months turn into years, and they fall in love. One day, she notices he looks depressed. Scarlett says to him,
The plane crash brought us together, and that's a good thing. If there's anything I can do to cheer you up, just let me know.
He tells her,
Actually, there is something. Put on my clothes, tuck your hair up under a hat, and put mud on your face to look like a beard and walk down the beach.
Scarlett thinks this is weird, but wanting to make him happy goes along with it. Once she gets about 200 yards down, she turns around and sees her boyfriend running up to her shouting,
Bro! Bro! You'll never believe who I'm sleeping with.
A genie grants 3 wishes to an old lady. She says,
I want to be young again.
She's young again.
I want my little house to be turned into a beautiful mansion.
She's now living in a beautiful mansion.
I want my cat to be turned into a handsome young man.
Her cat is now a handsome young man.
Oh, cat, all my fantasies have come true. Take me in your arms, take me upstairs, and make mad, passionate love to me.
The cat says,
Oh, darling, you should have thought about that a long time ago. Before you had me fixed.
An old man is selling watermelons. His price list reads, 1 for $3, 3 for $10. A young man stops by and asks to buy 1 watermelon.
That'd be $3,
says the old man. The young man then buys another one and another one, paying $3 for each. As the young man is walking away, he turns around, grins, and says,
Hey, old man, do you realize I just bought 3 watermelons for only $9? Maybe business is not your thing.
The old man smiles and mumbles to himself,
People are funny. Every time they buy 3 watermelons instead of 1. Yet they keep trying to teach me how to do business.
3 women, a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead are trapped on a deserted island, but can see in the distance land with obvious signs of civilization. On the first day, the brunette decides to swim to the next shore. She makes it about 1/4 of the way before she realizes she can't make it and swims back. On the second day, the redhead tries. She makes it about 1/3 of the way before she realizes she is too tired and will not make it, so she swims back. On the third day, the blonde makes an attempt. She swims 1/2 way before she realizes she is too tired, and so she swims back.
I was in my garden when I got the news that my father had fallen from a 20-foot ladder and was in the hospital. I rushed to the hospital expecting that my father had some major fractures, but he was all right except for some minor cuts. When I told him that it was a miracle, he disagreed and told me,
"Son, I had just fallen from the first step of the ladder."
My wife to our therapist.
He always misunderstands simple questions.
Therapist, to me,
What does she mean?
me.
It's a feminine pronoun.
I saw you arguing with that customer who just left. I have told you before that the customer is always right. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. The customer is always right.
Now that's better. So, what were you arguing with the customer about?
Well, sir, the customer said you were an idiot.
My buddy got arrested on drug charges, and because it was his first offense, he thought he would get off lightly. But it turned out his lawyer was one of the worst in the state and ended up botching his case. So instead of getting a short term, he ended up getting 40 years without parole. Man, that sentence was way too long.
Tired of constant blonde jokes, a blonde dyes her hair brown. She then goes for a drive in the country and sees a shepherd herding his sheep across the road.
Hey, shepherd, if I guess how many sheep are here, can I keep one?
The shepherd is puzzled, but agrees. She blurts out,
352.
He is stunned, but keeps his word and allows her to pick a sheep.
I'll take this one.
She says proudly.
It's the cutest.
Hey, lady,
Says the shepherd.
if I guess your real hair color, can I have my dog back?
A man is walking down the street at 3 a.m. when he is stopped by the police. The police ask him where he is going at this hour, to which the man replies,
I am heading to a lecture on alcohol abuse and the effects which it has on the human body, as well as smoking and staying out late.
The police then respond,
Really? Who was giving that lecture at this time of night?
The man replies,
That would be my wife.
A police officer attempts to stop a car for speeding, and the guy gradually increases his speed until he's topping 100 miles per hour. The man eventually realizes he can't escape and finally pulls over. The cop approaches the car and says,
It's been a long day, and my shift is almost over. So, if you can give me a good excuse for your behavior, I'll let you go.
The guy thinks for a few seconds and then says,
My wife ran away with a cop about a week ago. I thought you might be that officer trying to give her back.
A man went to visit a friend and was amazed to find her playing chess with her dog. The man watched the game in astonishment for a while.
I can hardly believe my eyes,
he said.
That's the smartest dog I've ever seen.
He's not so smart.
The friend replied,
I've beaten him. 3 games out of 5.
A cruise ship passes by a remote island, and all the passengers see a bearded man running around and waving his arms wildly.
Captain,
one passenger asks,
who is that man over there?
I have no idea.
The captain says,
But he goes nuts. Every year when we pass him.
A guy walks into a bar on New Year's Eve and orders a glass of champagne.
Happy New Year's.
He shouts.
Calm down.
The bartender reprimands him.
It's still hours away.
Sorry.
The guy apologizes.
My doctor told me I sometimes suffer from premature congratulations.
There is a man. He is dying in his bed in his home. He smells something amazing. It's the smell of his favorite chocolate chip cookies. With his last strength, he gets out of bed and goes to the kitchen, where his wife of 50 years is cooking these beautiful chocolate chip cookies. They are on a plate, 4 of them, just out of the oven. With his last human strength, he reaches over to take one of the cookies. His wife sees him, rushes over, she slaps his hand and she says,
No, they are for the funeral.
As a group of robbers entered the bank, their leader went to the manager and asked him to open the vault. He threatened the manager by saying, "If you try to do anything smart, you're fiction." The manager was confused and asked him, "Don't you mean you are history?" The robber angrily replied back, "Do not change the subject, okay?"
Thank you for watching with me. It's so hard to say goodbye.